This is where it started. Now you might be wondering, this is where what started? This is where my YouTube career started. This corner right here is where our old computer was, and our old computer desk. It was a corner desk, and the computer was sitting like right over here in the desk, and then the chair would have been on the floor in this area. And what I did was I put my camera right on top of the desk, and I sat in the chair, and I just started filming myself 10 years ago today. This is roughly what the shot would have looked like too. My printer's shaking around a little bit, but and it's a little higher than the desk was. But this is what the shot was. Basically, I was sitting here. I pulled the chair over. I think I was originally sitting on the floor. Pulled the chair over, and I was like, I didn't sit up like this either. I sat back in the chair like that so that I'd be in frame. But I did a video called the Guess What Game, and at the time it was based off something my friend had told me. Like, it was supposed to be some comedy sketch thing that he saw on the internet way back in 2007 or 2008. I never found it, but the Guess What Game was just based off like a 10 seconds of some joke that he told me. The whole video was based on that. And it was filmed right here. Stairs were a different banister, I think that's called. For the most part, it was different. We had to replace it. It was falling apart. When I started YouTube back on September 9th, 2008, I was posting videos. I wanted to be YouTube famous. Back in 2008. Back then I had no idea what it would actually take to like have any sort of success on the internet. You have to work like really, really hard to have content that's consistent and decent. And 11-year-old me was not prepared to do that. And 21-year-old me is too busy to do that, so I don't think it's ever going to happen. But that's alright. That's totally fine. From what I've heard, it's not really that great anyway. Basically, my brother and I would come home from school 2008 up until we got our own computers in 2012, 2013-ish. I would pretty much always get the computer. I didn't let my brother use the computer all that much. I'd come home from school, walk through that door, walk straight over here to the computer corner, and get on YouTube and start watching videos until dinner time, and then after dinner, more computer. Maybe I'd give Chris a little bit. Maybe I'd give him some computer time. Usually not, though. But right around, like, 6 or 7 years, I was thinking about, like, hey, I'm gonna hit a 10-year anniversary pretty soon, in a couple of years. And, you know, it even 7 years into doing YouTube, like, I was like, is that ever gonna happen? Like, how long, like, what's gonna be going on then? But I'm still doing YouTube. I've stuck with it. For some reason, you know. Okay. Let's do a topic. Why do I do YouTube? And the reason is just because I like it. I don't make any money from YouTube. You know, occasionally I post videos that are just like, hey, internet, pay attention to me for a few seconds. And by occasionally I mean like every other video on this channel, I give it like a clickbait title or whatever. But, you know, I enjoy making videos. and I just really like YouTube. Some cool things that have happened since 2008. I got a more comfortable chair. This isn't my chair, it's actually my dad's chair, but my chair up in my room. Back in the day, we had this black and gray chair that sucked. Was kind of comfortable, but only compared to the purplish chair that we had back then. Oh god. Oh, that chair was awful. We had these two green plastic chairs that got broken so quick. I found them in the trash, and I made my mom pull over and get these two chairs. And they were from like the 60s or they were like from the 70s or something. They were old, dude. But these chairs broke. Chris was using the one chair for his computer setup. What are you doing? And the leg had broken the plastic off, so it was like a seat, and then the one leg was just the leg that went down into the ground, and it had the piece of plastic from the chair, the corner that it was attached to, just like sticking up, and you just like, he would just sit on the chair, and all the chairs broke. They didn't last very long. I got two cameras from YouTube. I got two camcorders. I got the GC1 net sharing camera, which I'm probably going to show you pretty soon. I got the JVC Evrio. I don't care to show you it unless I really want to, because I don't really care. I had a small point and shoot camera that was my mom's in 2005, but like I could make a movie on it and then edit it in Windows Movie Maker, so I used that a lot, even though I had two very good cameras that were like better quality. I used my dad's digital camera, which it could stop, and that was like replaced editing for a little bit. What I would do is I would film, and then I'd hit the pause button on the camera, because you could just pause the recording. And that was awesome. Like, I used that. The videos were too short on that, though. So, not a lot of quality. It wasn't utilized to its full extent. I have another point and shoot camera from like 2007 or 2008 that I use right now for some reason. Or actually, I think it's from 2010. I don't know why I use it. It's bad. The camera I'm using right now is my phone. I have used my brother's like 1080p 60 FPS camera, but editing with it is a pain in the ass, so I don't really use it that much. Most of the time I use my iPhone. It's a 5S. The dog you see running around in the Guess What game is Ava. She's fully grown now, and also she's elderly. She's getting up there. She's 10 years old by now. But we got another dog, Mort, who is a demon, but has relaxed a little bit. I'm going to film the next sequence of this video on the first camera I got on September 7th, 2008. So this is what we were working with back in 2008. Jeez. Oh my god. I have to like sit up. Like the desk was low, so I had to like slouch, but I have to sit up right now because wow. Yeah. So this is the camera. One of my most nostalgic things about this camera is the noise it makes when you touch it, when you touch the camera. So this noise. That noise is, I don't know, it's only the sound of that camera. Only that camera can make that sound when you pick it up and rearrange it. So 10 years ago, I was gifted this camera on the 7th of September, 2008, my 11th birthday. I was gifted this Sony GC1 net sharing cam, and yeah, that's the moment my life changed forever, because I was gonna make YouTube videos from now on, and that's what I did with this camera for several years. I might also start using this camera again because I don't know. Just something about it. But it's basically the most. It was. We went to Target. My mother and I. We were at Target on my birthday, on September 7th. She asked me what I want for my birthday, and I said, of course, camera, because I wanted to put videos on YouTube. I'd been watching videos since 2007, and I really wanted a camera. So we walk over to the camera section in Target, and I'm looking at the cheapest camera they have, which is like $100, and then this camera, this very camera here is marked as $110, and my mom was like, this one looks like it'll probably be better for you for YouTube, and so I said, okay, sure. So we got the Sony GC1. I don't know. I don't have the original Mario shirt that I was wearing in the Guess What game, but I don't think anybody really cares. But that shirt is long gone. I outgrew that shirt a long time ago. Um, but hey, this is cool. Setting up the shot. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories with this camera. I'm gonna switch cameras now. Wow. That was a pretty good jump in quality. One thing that I can talk about that I just remembered I should talk about is the main star of my YouTube channel, my cat Lucky, who died 7 years ago. Yeah, 7 years ago. It was, well, it was over 7 years ago, I guess. On January 31st of 2011, my cat was put down. He was, probably going through a kidney failure or something similar. Um, he really deteriorated fast. But his quality of life had really gone down, and yeah, he's been gone for now 7 years. His sister, on the other hand, is still alive, and I think it's just because she's too angry to die. We got these cats in like 2002, 2001, 2000. I don't even remember at this point. It was probably 2001 or 2002. We got Lucky and Stickbug at the same time. My mom said, "Hey, I saw this sign for free kittens. Go get the kids a cat." My dad took us out to get cats, and he got us both a cat instead of getting one cat. So, you know, my dad messed up a little bit. Anyway, I'm happy that it happened. Stickbug is still around. Stickbug is an absolute nut. She's crazy. She's angry. She's old. She's kind of like senile-ish. She's, she's a nice cat. She's a sweet cat, but she's also just crazy. She'll attack you for no reason. She will. She'll just do it. I mean, the cat, she loves me. I'll be on my computer. She'll come right up and like sit in my lap. I'll be in bed. She'll come curl up next to me. She's a real sweet cat. She's just crazy. Lucky, on the other hand, was he could be mean. He was a lot nicer. He was bigger than Stickbug, actually. Stickbug was like the runt of the litter, and she's still a very small cat compared to BB Cat as well. Even though most cats are small compared to BB Cat because she's like a bowling ball. But BB Cat was the replacement cat for Lucky, and I didn't shove a camera in her face as much as I did Lucky. That's probably a good thing, but she's a big fat cat. I don't know. I like cats. That was my whole YouTube thing. Was like, I like cats. You've probably already noticed, but after 10 years, still in the same house. I'm 20. I'm like 21 right now. I don't have a job that I can like move out and get my own place. As much as I'd like to sometimes, I'm stuck here for at least another year or two. But you know, I don't mind it. I like my house actually. I actually like my house. I like living here. I like living with my parents. So it works out for right now. It's time to talk about the name. I've talked about it on my other channel, Greenleaf5656. Greenleaf was actually a name inspired by the names in the book series Warriors by Aaron Hunter. At the time, I was obsessed with those books. I got a few of my friends obsessed with those books. And the Greenleaf was inspired by the naming scheme that's used for the cats in the books. And I just did Greenleaf on YouTube, and YouTube was like, hey, that username's already taken, pick something else. And I was like, no, fuck you. I'm just going to put 5656 after it. And that's what I did. And that's how Greenleaf 5656 came to be. Also, YouTube gave me the option to use my real name on YouTube, or, you know, whatever. They're like, do a first and last name, please. And I was like, nah, that's alright. I'll just stick with Greenleaf 5656. And they let it happen, so I'm not changing it. I'm never changing it, YouTube. I'm never changing my name. I'm Greenleaf 5656 forever. Put it on my birth certificate. In the 10 years I've been on YouTube, I've vastly improved as a guitar player, going from 11 years old, pretty much knowing like one song and barely being able to play it, to now where I'm, I'm an accomplished guitar player. I play in like 3 bands. I mean, that's not true, but I'm a lot better at playing guitar now. I'm actually starting to learn left-handed guitar playing. Maybe I could demonstrate this. Here's a guitar that is right-handed, set up for a left-handed player. Let me tune it real quick. It still sounds awful. So basically playing with my left hand right now, that's about how good I was in 2008. By the way, Eli, thanks for going into the army and letting me borrow your guitar while you're at training. I appreciate it. I'm getting, you know, I'll put it back to normal before you get it. Don't worry about it. My videos are like a documentary of sorts. They're a documentary of me growing up and you know, learning stuff about filming videos and learning about myself and learning about the world around me. Because despite what you think, when you're 11 years old, you don't know shit about anything. And my YouTube videos are sort of like, hey, this person's learning. I still don't know everything. I'm never gonna know everything. But my YouTube videos are interesting. Maybe. I don't know. Are you still watching?